Hi everyone, I wanted to show you my new journal that I'm working in. It's about the same size as my bullet journal, but this is more for documenting and planning and practice writing my hand lettering, whereas this one is for a very specific purpose of scripture writing. Now, if you haven't heard of that term before, all it is taking a book in the Bible and handwriting it verse by verse by hand. And I'll get into that a little bit in a moment. First of all, the reason why I chose this notebook is because it has the cute little llamas or alpacas on the cover. If you've been following me for a while, you know our family just moved back from Ecuador. And that's really been probably a good 3 years of our life of not just moving there, but the downsizing process to downsize our large home to suitcases for us to move abroad. And it's been a long process, and we just moved back about 2 months ago for various reasons, but we have the goal of moving back. So that's why I really like this journal, because it kind of helps me keep in that mindset and that focus of what we want to do again in the future. So this particular journal I found at Barnes & Noble, but it can also be found on Amazon, so I'll link it below. It is set up much like the bullet journal in that it has the elastic here, and then when you open it, in the back it has a pocket, and in the back pocket I'm able to store the stickers that I'm using. More about these stickers in a moment, about what I'm making available to you guys as well. Okay, so just for the quick flip through, this particular one is made by Peter Popper Press, and again I will link it below, so if you like it you can get one too. The first 2 pages are going to be my index pages. I decided to start with the Book of Psalms because it's just an easy one for me, and it's one that I've always enjoyed. So I thought if I start with a project I enjoy, then it's easier for me to stick to it, and then I can expand to the other books later. So I can probably fit between 25 to 35 Psalms in this one book. So that's why I left 2 pages, and I'm writing them down as I work on them. And right here, I'm going to roller stamp the date that I finished these. My roller stamps are still in storage at the moment, so when I get those back, then I'll be able to stamp my dates. This is a sticker. I hand lettered this myself, then I digitized it and cut a sticker out with my Cricut Explore Air 2. That video is coming up next. I'm going to show you how to do this yourself using this file that I'm making available to all of you for free. But those of you who don't have a Cricut, you don't have to feel left out, because I'm making these stickers available to you in my Etsy store. Now, this particular planner is about a 5x7 size, this journal, and I know not everybody journals in the same size. So for example, another favorite of mine is Traveler's Notebooks, and you can see it's quite a bit shorter, and this would be too wide. So in my Etsy store, this particular style is available not only in multiple colors, but also multiple widths. So you can get it as small as 3 inches, and then I increment up 3.5, 4, 4.5, 5, 5.5. I go all the way up to 5.75. So that would be about this size that you're seeing on my page, and those are the different options that you have to choose from in my Etsy store. So that link is below if you're interested in that. So what I'm doing here is verse by verse, I'm writing them, and then I'm just decorating with some washi tape. Each verse I'm writing in a different color. I found if I do a different color and I skip a line, it helps me make sure that I'm keeping track and I'm not missing any verses. So that's been years ago when I tried to do this with my husband. I think we were doing like 3rd John or something like that. We just wrote it all together in one ink, and I found that I missed a line or I missed a verse. But when I've done it this way in this journal so far, I haven't messed up a single time. So there's just a tip if that can help you out. I made these stickers as well It's the same file. It's just a smaller version. So I took this version and I made a smaller one, and I made a sticker sheet of 12. So let me show you that one. So there were 12 on here. I've used 4 so far. And when you cut them out, if you decide to buy these from my shop, they'll have the centers still in them. You just need to pop out the centers and you can put them on your page, and they look beautiful. So this one I call Gold Green in my Etsy store. Again, if you have a Cricut and want to learn how to do this, that will be in my next video. I did the same here for this next one. So pretty to have just that little bit of foil to add that shine and shimmer. So the other thing I've been working on this year is my own hand lettering, and actually getting brave enough to actually write it in ink in my journals. So this one, I think I penciled it out a little bit before I actually did it, and then I went over my pencil marks with that, and I found that when I pencil it in, my letters are not as free flowing, so I may skip this pencil stage. You'll see some of my others coming up where I didn't use the pencil anymore. So again, I used one of those green gold holographic stickers along with the chapters that I made to make that nice and shiny. Here's another one that I wrote out by hand. I did not use pencil here. I just freehanded that. So I am going to be making other files with words like this available as well in my Etsy store, and also for free downloads on my blog. So this one is still that green gold. This one I wasn't as crazy about. This one was freehand, and I really liked how this one came out. So this one I'll probably also make available. I'm going to digitize these particular words and make those available as a download on my Etsy store as well. This is a galaxy scene I worked on. It came out super dark. If you use the Jane Davenport mermaid markers, you'll find they are extremely concentrated and very dark. It's so pretty though. It shines and glitters like the galaxy. I'm going to be making a vinyl phrase to put over this, and I'll show that when I finish it. Now here I decided to change to a different color. This color Cricut calls gray holographic, but it is anything but gray. It is, I guess if you're straight on, it can kind of be a silvery gray, but it's like purples and blues and greens. It's the same one that I used here for my title page. So in my Etsy store, I call this one blue-green holographic, and it's my favorite. So I put that one there. And then this one they call Opal. This washi is from Recollections. I finally got to use my little llama washi. They call this one Opal because if you're looking at it straight on like that, it's shimmery white. But just like an opal, if you turn it one way, it's yellow and orange. You turn another way, it's pink, purple, and orange. It's really pretty. Let me show you that in sheet form as well. That one is right here. So straight on, it's kind of like this. It's just really shiny white. But then as you turn it, it goes yellow and orange, pink and purple. Just depends on your lighting. Really, really pretty. Another one of my favorites. This is what it looks like when all the numbers are cut out. So again, these colors are all available on my Etsy store. This one is called Opal. This one is called Green Gold Holographic. And this one is called Blue Green Holographic. I'm also making them available in white, black, and stormy gray, or a medium tone of gray. And so then there's just a few more phrases that I wrote. I still have one more to finish right here. And that's all that I've done so far. So I hope you like this. If you're doing scripture writing and you enjoy it as well, please give this video a thumbs up. And in my next video, I'm going to show you how to make this with your Cricut if you have one. So if you have one and you want to use my files, or if you just want to print out a copy and put it into your journal, feel free to subscribe to my blog. I'm linking that below. When you subscribe to my blog, you'll get an email from me, and that will include a password to my resources section where I'm including all of my free downloads, where you'll be able to cut out whatever letters you want for your scripture writing. So for example, in there right now, I already have Genesis if you're wanting to start from the beginning. I have Psalms if you're wanting to start and follow along with me. And I also have the Gospel, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, because I'm also studying those books with another book about Jesus right now. So all of those are available on my blog as a free download. So feel free to subscribe and check that out. The password will be in the email so that you can get into that resources section of my website. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for the next video to see how you can cut these out yourself on your Cricut. And until then, I'll see you next time.